Hi folks, welcome back to the Horde. I gotta show you guys something. I told you guys about the zero turn, right? Well, after a few profanities, perhaps, and a quarter pound of yelling, I managed to get the front axle was out. These things fell out. But getting this guy out was a real joy. They kind of have a shaft that two bolts blindly go into it, and this thing slides over it, and this thing moves with the axles. But the problem being is once you get one of the bolts out, now this shaft is turning. But I managed to, this is the shaft, right? And the back bolt's still in it, so I either grab onto the shaft here and get that bolt out, or I just kind of pried it downward and slid this off. So anyway, this is the axle that bolt those arms right on, right, the pivot point. And here's the two arms, man. I mean, look at this. They cracked that. They broke that. I mean, right in half. This goes through like my Italian friends say, like a this. And then this is the front. This is the back. But I mean, just look at this. And just snapped it. Oh snap. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to tack it up, straighten it up, and then I'm going to fish plate it, right, across here. It looks like I have enough space underneath this to do that. Feels like I have enough space, so I'll fish plate it, and I'll fish plate it top and bottom. Then once I weld it on, right, I'll fish plate it here, and back here it doesn't look like it was done very well. I'll probably fish plate that also, right? Just put a plate over it and make sure it's well attached. But this metal, I mean, it's relatively thick. I mean, they did a really good job on this. I mean, broke that right off. I don't know, once again, I didn't have a chance to search YouTube to see if anybody else has worked on any of these. I know Terry, WTBM123, works on a lot of garden equipment, and he's got a one of his neighbor's kids is kind of a test driver. He stress tests everything I think he gets his hot little hands on. So he'd probably be one to ask if he's seen this kind of damage. I'm told the kid that drove this thing just drove it wide open everywhere and held on for dear life and just drove the heck out of it. By the way, I'm not noticing that this thing has a seatbelt on it, which is kind of weird. Right? I didn't see the residue of a seatbelt, and I don't... Normally a seatbelt would come from around here somewhere, right? And then up and around or down there. I don't know. But I'm not... unless that's what those holes were for, that one, and the seatbelt came all the way up from there. I should look around for serial numbers on this thing. Maybe from there I could figure out what year it is. Emissions, I don't know, 500 hours. Supposedly was used privately on a 1 acre lawn. Oh, look at this. We have numbers. Wow, it's not that old. It's only an 07. So what's that make it, about 9 years old? So yeah, I guess I'm probably gonna weld that. I'm gonna start off fresh tomorrow morning when I'm awake. I guess we theoretically have some weather blowing in. I think you guys can see that, right? For tonight. And then tomorrow's supposed to be halfway decent. So probably what I'll do, I'll weld it up tomorrow. I'm going to use the new Lincoln flux core on that. I think I'll get enough. I think I have enough amps to get some decent penetration, right? Yeah, there's a lot of bent here too. So besides being cracked, there's some bent. Probably what happened is, as soon as it started going and he kept beating on it, it just propagated. One of you guys asked me about a TRX 125, one of those guys, what readings I would expect to find. And well, I guess I could do it one of two ways. I mean, theoretically I could give you the answer, or I can actually do the measurements. I mean, from a theoretical point of view, between ground and the the readings should be very, very similar to this, between ground and the pulsar. I would probably expect a little lower, closer to 30 to 50 ohms. To ground, green wire to the body ground, I'd expect virtually a short. The spark coil, I would expect, less, around, somewhere around an ohm. The stator coil, 300 to 400, and the black and white, I'd expect an open circuit, though there might be like a reverse or a neutral switch or something like that could cause some complications. So I guess I should do the measurements and then put it all on a piece of paper. Yeah, it'll take me a little while. I got to get the plastic off of that and get it unburied. Alright folks, I want to thank you all for watching and commenting and subscribing. Remember to keep your feet down, keep your head up, and please get out there and enjoy all your days. Bye now folks.